Hello, my name is Rick Spahn. I'm with Pace Software, and we're here today to talk to you about the Yes Management System and how we can use our software to improve the productivity and profitability of your shop. Some of the ways we achieve this is by managing your workflow and scheduling, technicians' productivity, marketing, and inventory management. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like to show you is the process of creating an appointment for a customer. If you notice on the screen here, this is our pending service order screen. Some of these lines are highlighted in different colors. The blue stands for a due appointment, green is an incoming appointment, and the red is a missed appointment. We don't want to let the missed appointment fall between the cracks, so we might want to give Tracy Jackson a call and find out if she's still coming in today. Her appointment was due at 8:30 and it's after 8:30. So we give Tracy a call, and let's say that she said that she can't make it today, so we're going to reschedule. So this is our scheduling screen, and Tracy says, I can't make it in today, can I come in another day? So we can take a look at our appointment schedule and see if there's anything available for the next 2 days. We ask her which day would be better for her. She says, can I come in tomorrow? So we select tomorrow, ask her what time, and she says, how about 9:30? So we say, that's great. We hit next step, and if you notice now, Tracy is no longer on today's schedule because she's been rescheduled for tomorrow. So if I click on tomorrow's schedule, there's Tracy showing as a 9:30 appointment. The next thing I'd like to show you is how the Yes Management System can be used to help manage the workflow through your shop. These tabs across the top can be adjusted to fit the processes in your business. If you notice the way we have this system set up, the current schedule is showing all the cars that are there for today. Our car count for today is 25. Next, I'd like to show you the work in process screen. What this screen will do is limit the vehicles displayed to only the vehicles that are in the shop still needing service. We have 5 vehicles left that we still need to get done today. If you notice, the last one here, Mrs. Small, is showing near promise time. Near promise time means that it's within an hour of when we promised the car for Mrs. Small. If the item appears yellow, we might want to check with the technician and see how the progress is coming. If we aren't going to be able to complete the car, it'd be better to call Mrs. Small now and head her off before she gets to the shop rather than have her come and be disappointed because her car isn't ready when we promised it. Alright, well, let me show you how our system can handle scheduling an appointment. Acme Auto Repair, Rick speaking, how may I help you?
Hi, this is Mr. Donner. I'd like to bring my Cadillac in for service. I think there's a problem with my brakes.
Great, let me get your service records up here. And I see your car is due for an oil change. While we're looking at your brakes, would you like us to go ahead and change the oil?
Why, thank you. Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Donner, let me ask you some questions about the problems you're having with the brakes. Do you notice any squeaking noise coming from the front or the rear?
Yeah, I noticed it coming from the front. That's why I'm calling.
Okay, great. How about grinding? You notice any grinding when you put on the brakes?
More grinding than squeaking.
Okay, is that coming from the front also?
Yeah, that's also coming from the front.
All right. Do you notice the car pulling to either the right or to the left?
It actually pulls really hard to the right.
All right. And do you notice any pulsating when you put on the brakes?
No.
All right. Any lights on the dashboard?
Curiously, no.
All right. Very good. All right. So when we get your car in here, we're going to change the oil, and I see you use Mobil 1 oil. And we're going to look at your brakes because they're squeaking and grinding from the front and pulling to the right. Is there anything else you need?
No, I think that would be it.
All right. And when would you like to bring the car in?
As soon as possible.
Great. It looks like we can get you in about 10:30. Would that work?
That would be great.
All right. All right. Well, we'll see you at 10:30. Thank you, Mr. Donner.
Thank you.
Let's review what just took place. While we were scheduling Mr. Donner's appointment, our service needed screen showed us that Mr. Donner was due for an oil change. This allowed us to schedule Mr. Donner for the oil change while we were looking at the brakes. This saved Mr. Donner time by not having to bring his car in again for the oil change, and it also increased our productivity. We were able to do the oil change while working on his brakes. The next screen that came up was the interview screen, and what this does is allow your service writer to ask the appropriate questions that your technician needs to properly fix the car. This saves the technician time because he knows specifically what the problems are. This is some of the ways that we can increase your productivity in your shop and help your shop be more profitable. So now let's see what happens when Mr. Donner actually brings his car in to drop it off. Hi, Mr. Donner, how are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm just dropping off my car.
Great, let me check you in.
Could I possibly get it back by 6:30? Time crunch.
Sure, no problem. We can have it done by then. Great, and I see that we're going to do our complimentary inspection. We're going to change your oil and use Mobile One, and also look at your brakes because they're squeaking, grinding, and pulling to the right.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you need?
No, those are the only concerns I have.
Okay, great. Well, we'll give you a call then when your car is ready.
Alright, thank you very much.
All right, well, the next step would be, let's say that the car is in the shop and the technician's looking at it, and he's turned in his tech worksheet, and we're going to go through the process of completing the inspection that the tech has done. So each one of these items, as you can see, bring up a pre-programmed response, and we can select the appropriate answer based on the information the technician's given us. Battery was okay, differential fluid, top that off, power steering fluid. Oh, the tech noticed that it was leaking from the high pressure hose. All right, and the transmission fluid was okay. We adjusted the tire pressure, wiper blades were okay, and the washer fluid we added 1/4 gallon. We also noticed on the technician's work order that he is determined that Mr. Donner needs a front brake job and a brake hose. So we're going to go ahead and estimate that out. So using our kits here, we selected front brake job, machine rotor. He didn't need a rear brake job, doesn't need drums, but we are going to rotate the tires. The next screen that comes up is our Activant parts catalog. And what this allows us to do is look up parts and labor electronically. Alright, so the technician worksheet tells us that Mr. Donner needs a set of front brake pads. So we're going to go ahead and select those brake pads. And QOH stands for quantity on hand. This 5 shows that we have 5 in our inventory right here in our shop. So we're going to use those because that's what we have in stock. The blue button is going to take us to our next parts group on our 2000 Cadillac Seville of Mr. Donner's. So we're going to go ahead and go to the hydraulic section and look for a brake hose. Alright, and we're going to scroll down the list here until we find the correct part for Mr. Donner's car. And we found the brake hose, and our system will even show you a picture of the part so you make sure that you are getting the right part for that vehicle. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and select that brake hose. We also want to add some additional labor. The Activant system has a Mitchell labor guide built into it, so we can find a brake hose and add the additional time. So I selected that, and now we're going to go ahead and put all this information back on the repair order. So now you can see that we've got what we call cause and action invoicing. At the top of this job is what the customer's complaint was, that he had squeaking, grinding, and pulling. Below that we list what we did to correct the problem. So we are doing a front brake job, machining the rotors. We've got this brake hose labor here. We might want to slide that up and put it with the rest of the labor, so I'll just drag and drop it right there. And we have all the information, and the estimate is $289, so we could give Mr. Donner a call and get authorization to go ahead and do this brake job. Alright, so the next step of this process is to have Mr. Donner come in and pick up his car.
Hey, I'm here to pick up my Cadillac.
Hi, Mr. Donner. It's all ready for you. Let me pull up your total here. The total came to $401.41. How would you like to pay for that?
Well, could I pay $400 of it on my Visa and the rest in cash?
Sure, we can take care of that. All right, let me swipe your credit card, and I'll put the credit card for $400 and then a $10 bill.
Oh, here you go.
All right. And your change is $8.59.
Oh.
Mr. Donner, your next oil change will be on May 5th. Can I go ahead and schedule that appointment for you today?
Well, sure.
All right, let me take care of that. All right, that's on a Tuesday. What time is good for you that day?
9 in the morning will probably be okay.
All right, we'll set it for 9 o'clock. And very good, we'll see you back in May.
All right, thank you very much.
We have just gone through the entire process of setting an appointment, receiving the vehicle, doing the repairs, receiving the payments, and pre-scheduling or scheduling the customer's next oil change. There are still many areas of the Yes Management System that can help you run your business smoothly while increasing your profits and your car count. Let me give you a quick overview of some of the other features. I'm going to show you our inventory maintenance screen. I'm going to look up an R45 TS spark plug, and if you notice, it brings up cross-reference part numbers. Besides tracking inventory, we also keep track of core tracking, return parts, so you don't lose any money there. The Reports Manager is a very powerful part of our system. You can either use our predefined reports or make up reports yourself. And probably the most powerful part of our system is our Marketing Manager. This allows you the ability to send out your own reminders. We also interface with many other companies so you can have them do the mailings for you. We can send out thank you letters, promotional letters, fleet, appointments, or even reminder letters on services like oil change and tune-up. We also have a time clock feature which allows you not only to keep track of when your employees punch in or punch out, but we can also keep track of technician productivity by having them clock in and clock out on the different jobs that they're doing during the day. As you can see, the Yes Management System is a very powerful tool to manage your shop, and we've only scratched the surface of what this system can do for you. Thank you for taking the time to view our demo. For more information about PACE software, you can find us on the web at pacecomputer.com or call us at 1-800-336-1615.